Hello, and welcome to my unboxing of all 11 Star Wars films. I should say live action Star Wars films, because, yeah, there's the Clone Wars movie, but no. It's just no. Um, yeah, so let's jump right into it. So, first we have Star Wars, or later known as Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. I mean, what do I gotta say? This is a good movie. Now, opening the. Oh, there we go. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't really have much to say about this movie. Like, it's good. It's what started it all, you know? But, yeah, here's the front. Here's the spine. Here's the back. Alright, since there is a digital code in here, I'm going to take that out. There we go. So then when you look inside, you have this. So, the rating. Oh, is this region free? Sweet. I didn't know that. But, yeah. So you got Leia handing R2-D2 the message that she sends for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. And also the Death Star plans, obviously. But, like, yeah. Alright. So let's move on to the next film, which is The Empire Strikes Back, or later known Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. What else do I gotta say about this one? This one's even better than the last one. You know? Um, yeah, it's an insanely good movie with one of the most popular, or like one of the most well-known movie twists of all time. Like, to the point where it's literally used as the example of most spoiled movie moments. Anyways, also gonna take out the digital code from in here. There we go. So then when we open it up, okay, I see. So this one is the ending. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Then let's move on to the next film and the final in this trilogy, Star Wars Episode 6: Return of the Jedi. I think that's what it was released as, because I know the name changes for these two happened in 1981 and this came out in '83. So yeah. I guess I should also front, spine, back. Yeah. Hot take, this is my personal favorite in the trilogy. I know that's not a very common opinion, but yeah. Dang, I should have really grabbed a knife or something for this. But yeah, like ever since I was a kid, I loved this movie. There we go. Gosh darn it. Sorry about this. Yeah, I really should have just brought a knife. Wait. Come on, there we go. Got a little bit of plastic there. So yeah, front, spine, back. I'm going to take out the digital code again. There we go. And then for this one, okay, it's when R2 and C-3PO are heading to Jabba's palace. Yeah. Alright. So, I figured we should go by trilogy. Let's go to the TV and see what all of these menus have to offer. Hello, and welcome to the disc menu for Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. Um, yeah, this is such a boring disc menu. Oh, also from that shot alone, I can tell this is the special edition. I mean, obviously it's the special edition because we haven't had a re-release of the original edition since 2006. God damn it. But yeah, yeah. Honestly, I do not like this menu. Like, I miss the ones on the 2004 DVDs. You know, the ones where it's like they would be different environments, but well, at least it's better than just the movie poster and the text on the bottom. Yeah. Also, there's music playing in the background, and it's just the main theme. But yeah. So you got play, setup for audio. You have English 6.1 DTS HD master audio, English 5.1 descriptive audio, Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital, French 5.1 DTS, Portuguese 5.1 Dolby Digital, audio commentary with George Lucas, Carrie Fisher, Ben Burt, and Dennis Muren. Muren? Not exactly sure how you say that one. Audio commentary from archival interviews with cast and crew with Kenny Baker, Ben Burt, Richard Chew, Anthony Daniels, Peter Diamond, John Dykstra, Richard Edlund, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Stuart Freeborn, Alec Guinness, Mark Hamill, Paul Hirsch, Gary Kurtz, George Lucas, Peter Mayhew, Ralph McQuarrie, Dennis Muren, Norman Reynolds, Phil Tippett, and Robert Watts. That was a lot of names. And yeah, back to there. And then for subtitles, you have none. English for the deaf and hard of hearing, Spanish, French, Netherlands. I don't know what the language they speak over there, so forgive me. Portuguese. I don't know what that is. 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 Okay, so subtitles for the commentary with George Lucas, Carrie Fisher, Ben Burt, and Dennis Muren, and subtitles for the. I'm not naming all those again. Um, okay, so I assume this is Spanish subtitles for that commentary, and for the other one, um, I assume this is French, yeah, and then yeah, I don't know. After this point, I mean, at least they're what is it? They are meticulous when it comes to all that. And then search, that's your chapter select and bookmarks. Who the hell uses bookmarks? And then yeah, here's the commentaries. Okay, so there's not really any special features on this, which I kind of assumed, which sucks, but luckily I still have the 2004 DVDs if I want them, so whatever. Anyways, let's move on to the next Blu-ray menu, which is Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Okay, this is the disc menu for Episode 5, and it's literally the same kind of menu, it's just the clips are now from Empire rather than A New Hope. Also, the music in the background is Imperial March, which I have to mute because, look, I'm sure these clips of the movie are already going to get my video taken down somehow by Disney. I don't know. What? They're protective. I'm sure they could find some way. But, yeah. Anyways, we got play, setup for audio. We have English 6.1 DTS HD master audio, English 5.1 descriptive audio, Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital, French 5.1 DTS, Portuguese 5.1 Dolby Digital, audio commentary with George Lucas, Irvin Kershner, yeah, Carrie Fisher, Ben Burt, and Dennis Muren. Muren, I don't know. And oh Jesus Christ. Okay. And audio commentary from archival interviews with cast and crew with Jeremy Bulloch, Ben Burt, Anthony Daniels, Peter Diamond, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Stuart Freeborn, Steve Gawley, Alec Guinness, Mark Hamill, Joe Johnston, Lawrence Kasdan, Irvin Kershner, Gary Kurtz, George Lucas, Peter Mayhew, Ralph McQuarrie, Dennis Muren, Frank Oz, Ken Ralston, Norman Reynolds, Robert Watts, and Billy D. Williams. And that's it. Okay, and for subtitles, none. English for the deaf and hard of hearing, Spanish, French, Netherlands, Portuguese. I don't know. The first commentary track in English, the second commentary track in English, the first commentary track in Spanish, the second commentary track in Spanish, the first commentary track in French, second commentary track in French, and then I don't know what these ones are. Forgive me. But yeah. And then for search, it's your scene selection and your bookmarks. And for commentaries, yeah. So same as the first disc, no special features, which I kind of assumed. Okay. Anyways, this is the disc menu for Star Wars Episode 6: Return of the Jedi, and it's still the same menu. Why do this? You already had a pre-programmed menu. It's not like Blu-ray menus can't use the same menus as the DVDs. They can, and they have. It's boring. Jesus. I never thought I'd get so upset over a disc menu of all things. But yeah, and also again, it is still playing music in the back. But in this case, it's the music that plays, I think, during the final Death Star run. I could be wrong. Again, I haven't seen the movie in a few years. Yeah. Okay, so we got play. And for setup, audio is English 6.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 5.1 Descriptive Audio, Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital, French 5.1 DTS, Portuguese 5.1 Dolby Digital, audio commentary with George Lucas, Carrie Fisher, Ben Burtt, and Dennis Muren. I don't know. Audio commentary with from archival interviews with cast and crew with Kenny Baker, Jim Bloom, Jeremy Bulloch, Ben Burtt, Anthony Daniels, Warwick Davis, Peter Diamond, Richard Edlund, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Stuart Freeburn, Steve Gawley, Mark Hamill, Paul Houston, Lawrence Kasdan, Howard Kazanjian. If I butchered that, I'm so sorry. George Lucas, Ian McDiarmid, Ralph McQuarrie, Dennis Muren, Frank Oz, Ken Ralston, Norman Reynolds, Phil Tippett, Robert Watts, Billy D. Williams, and John Williams. They waited to have a John Williams interview or a commentary thing on the 6th movie? Damn. Or I guess 6. I'm not sure what the other ones are like yet. But, like, Jesus. So many names. Okay. And for subtitles, English for the deaf and hard of hearing, Spanish, French, Netherlands, Portuguese. I don't know. The commentary or the subtitles for the first commentary, subtitles for the second commentary, both in English. Spanish, French. I don't know what these are. Please tell me they're not this thorough in on the next discs. Anyways, scenes and bookmarks for search, and for commentaries, it's just the same too. Yeah, alright. So, those were the disc menus for the original trilogy. Let's head back to the table and look at the Blu-rays for the prequel trilogy. Okay. Now that we've looked at those, let's move on to the next trilogy. So, here's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I do not like this movie. Also, I got a knife. I really do not like this movie. There we go. Moving that to the side. Yeah, I'm not going to go as far as to say it's my least favorite in the series, but I do not like it. It also doesn't help that I personally think it is not very important to, I'll just say, the first 6 films to be safe. It's not really that important in that. Like, it's important for the Clone Wars show, but, I mean, not everyone has watched the Clone Wars show. So, yeah. Anyways, front, spine, back. And again, I'm going to take out the digital code. Okay, and the disc here is Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn fighting Darth Maul on Naboo. Yeah. Then, okay, I have no clue why. This one is the only one that came with a slipcover, which is weird because I got all of these off of Amazon, and this is this was one of the official ones, or like the ones sold by Amazon themselves, and a lot of these other ones were sold by them too. I'm obviously some of them I had to get from third parties, which I'm sure you can tell from at least one of them, but Yeah, I don't know why this is the only one that got a slipcover, but yeah. So I guess I'll just take that off. Yeah, I also don't really like this movie. I'd still rather watch it over episode 1, but yeah. Stilted acting, but that's probably more of a direction issue. Weird storytelling. Yeah. There we go. But like, yeah. If I could actually get the shrink wrap off. There we go. But yeah, so front, spine, back, and I guess I'll do the same for this one. Front, spine, other spine, back. Yeah, let me take out the digital code. There's so many digital codes. Yeah, and when we open this up, it's okay. So it's the ending where it shows the clone army and it plays the Imperial March. You know? Okay, so put that over there, and then we go to the final film in this trilogy, which is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which I notice has definitely made a comeback in the last few years. Now, here's the thing. I do think it is the best in the prequel trilogy. Honestly, I don't really think that's debated much. However, I still don't think it's that good. Because it still suffers from a lot of the same problems as the other prequels. Stilted acting, again, probably due to direction. Weird writing. A lot of missed potential with characters and story decisions. A lot of which were rectified in the Clone Wars, but, I mean, yeah. So yeah, here's the front. Here's the spine. Here's the back. Taking out the digital code again. There we go. And then when we open this up... Okay, so this one's a little bit harder to pin down. This is Obi-Wan and Anakin. I'm assuming this is after Anakin was rejected the rank of Master. I could be wrong. I haven't seen this film in a few years, so... Yeah. So yeah, let's go back to the TV and let's look at what these menus have to offer. Alright, so same menu. Okay, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, this is the disc menu for Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I'm actually not sure what music is playing in the background. I feel like out of all of the prequels, this is like my major blind spot when it comes to the music. Like, obviously Duel of the Fates, but like, otherwise, I got nothing. Yeah. So we got play, setup. For audio, we have English 6.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 5.1 Descriptive Audio, Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital. Oh! Okay, so this is Quebec French, or Francais Quebecois, 5.1 Dolby Digital. This is just normal French 5.1 DTS. Portuguese 5.1 Dolby Digital. Audio commentary with George Lucas, Rick McCallum, Ben Burt, Rob Coleman, John Knoll, Dennis Murin, and Scott Squires. I should really check if that's Murin or Murin. Audio commentary with archival interviews with cast and crew with Ahmed Best, Gavin Boquet, Ben Burt, Doug Chiang, Robert Coleman, Nick Gillard, Samuel L. Jackson, John Knoll, Jake Lloyd, George Lucas, Rick McCallum, Ian McDermott, Ewan McGregor, Dennis Murin, Liam Neeson, Ray Park, Natalie Portman, and Scott Squires. And then, yeah. And then for the subtitles, we have none. English for the deaf and hard of hearing, Spanish, French, Netherlands. I'm just going to keep calling it Netherlands because I don't actually know the name of the language. Sue me. I'm kidding. Portuguese. I don't know. 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 And then, yeah, here's the subtitles in English for both commentaries, the subtitles in Spanish for both commentaries, in French for both commentaries. I don't know for these ones. Yeah. And then search, scenes, bookmarks, and commentaries. It's the same. So, yeah, all right. Welcome to the disc menu for Star Wars Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones, or just Attack of the Clones. The Attack of the Clones. That's a lot. It's like the Transformers, the movie. But yeah. The music that's playing in the background is Across the Stars, which is the Anakin and Padme love theme. Yeah. So we got play, and for setup, for audio, we have English 6.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 5.1 Descriptive Audio, Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital, Quebec French in 5.1 Dolby Digital, Normal French 5.1 DTS, Portuguese 5.1 Dolby Digital, audio commentary with George Lucas, Rick McCallum, Ben Burt, Rob Coleman, Pablo Hellman, John Knoll, and Ben Snow, and audio commentary with archival interviews with cast and crew with Ben Burt, Hayden Christensen, Rob Coleman, Nick Gillard, Pablo Hellman, Samuel L. Jackson, John Knoll, Christopher Lee, George Lucas, Rick McCallum, Ian McDiarmid, Ewan McGregor, Tamora Morrison, Natalie Portman, Jimmy Smits, Ben Snow, and John Williams. And then for audio, none, English for the deaf and hard of hearing, Spanish, French, Netherlands, Portuguese, I don't know. These are the subtitles for for both commentaries in English, in Spanish, in French, and then again, I don't know the rest of these. Yeah, for search, scenes, bookmarks, and for commentaries, it's the same. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next disc. Alright, this is the disc menu for Star Wars Episode 3, The Revenge of the Sith. Or just Revenge of the Sith. I don't know why I keep adding the. Yeah, the music that plays in the background here is, I don't know the name of it, but it's near the end, with the whole, you were the chosen one, with that whole monologue. But, yeah. So, play, setup, audio, English 6.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 5.1 Descriptive Audio, Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital, Quebecois French 5.1 Dolby Digital, sure, let's just go with that, French 5.1 DTS, Portuguese 5.1 Dolby Digital, audio commentary with George Lucas, Rick McCallum, Rob Coleman, John Knoll, and Roger Guyett. Oh my. Yeah, I apologize if I butchered that one too. Audio commentary with archival interviews with cast and crew with Trisha Bigger, Gavin Boquette, Ben Burt, Silas Carson, Hayden Christensen, Rob Coleman, Anthony Daniels, Nick Gillard, Roger Guyett, I'm so sorry, Samuel L. Jackson, John Knoll, Christopher Lee, George Lucas, Rick McCallum, Ian McDiarmid, Ewan McGregor, Tamora Morrison, Natalie Portman, and Jimmy Smits. And then for subtitles, none, English for the deaf and hard of hearing, Spanish, French, Netherlands, Portuguese, I don't know. English for the two commentaries, Spanish, French, I don't know. And then for search, scenes, and bookmarks, again, who the fuck uses bookmarks? And then, yeah, there's the commentaries. Yeah, so those were the menus for all of the prequel films. Let's go back to the table and look at all the Blu-rays for the Disney Star Wars films. I'm sure that won't be controversial. Alright, now that we've done that, let's move on to probably the most controversial series of films that I've ever seen. Yeah. Let's just, there we go. Yeah. Honestly, like, knowing what we know now, this is a really weird film in comparison. Because, like, I don't hate it, but yeah, I'll admit it's literally just A New Hope again. And, like, there's a part of me that, like, it makes sense why they did it at the time, but there's another part of me where I'm like, but after this long, you know? Anyways, here's the front, here's the spine, and here's the back. Again, let me take out the digital code. Okay. Then when we look at the disc, okay, so it's when they're on Jakku and Rey is flying the Millennium Falcon to escape from the First Order. Yeah. Then, not the next in the trilogy, but it was the next chronologically, or not chronologically, in release order. Yeah, chronologically, this takes place way earlier. But, yeah. And, okay, I'm just going to say this right now. I'm genuinely baffled about this film. Like, not because, like, I don't think it's terrible, but, like, I'm a little confused on why people say this is really good. I'm like, really? Like, it suffers from a lot of different problems, and, like, you know? But, yeah. Here's the front. Here's the spine. Here's the back. Take out the digital code again. Wait. Then when we look inside, wait, is this any? I don't. If this is from the movie, I don't remember it. It doesn't. Oh, it might be when they're on like the beach near the end of the film. I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah. So then let's actually move on to the next in the sequel trilogy. Oh my god. Like, the thing that I genuinely don't understand about this film, or rather the reactions, is like, it's, I wouldn't say it's absolutely god-awful, but saying that it's really good too also feels wrong. Like, it's perfectly average. It is middle of the road. Because there's a lot of things to love and there's a lot of things to hate. But, yeah, front, spine, back. Oh, I noticed there's some plastic there. There we go. Take out the digital code. There's so many digital codes. Okay. And when you look at the menu, or not the menu, the disc, it's just Kylo Ren looking out a window. All right. So then let's move on to the next in release order, which is Solo. Probably an unpopular opinion. I actually really like this movie. I admit it has so many problems. It suffers from it has had a lot of the same behind the scenes problems that Rogue One did. Yeah, like you can tell this was just like a troubled production while watching it, and also the shots are way too dark. But like, yeah, I swear I'm like one of the only people on the planet who actually like this movie. Yeah, especially since the main actor, I don't remember his name, but like the guy who plays Han Solo, like, yeah, he doesn't really look or sound like a young Harrison Ford, but here's the thing. He has the character down perfectly. Like, just the way that he acts as this character, like, it's a young Han Solo. I have no doubt about it. But yeah. Anyways, front, spine, back. Taking out the digital code. Okay, and this was just one of the posters. So, yeah. Honestly, I hate this kind of poster. It's so generic with, like, just a bunch of people walking towards the camera. You know? Yeah. And then the final of these. You know how I said that I didn't really mind Force Awakens or The Last Jedi? That doesn't really apply here. I hate this movie. I hate it. And like the main reason why is because like it's because it just undoes literally everything that The Last Jedi tried to do. Which, I don't care who you are, whether you liked The Last Jedi or not, is an incredibly cowardly thing to do. Especially since this is supposed to be the finale of a 9-film saga. So why doesn't it feel like it? Well, corporate meddling is probably the answer. There's no probably about it. It is the answer. But, yeah. So, here's the front. Here's the spine. Here's the back. Again, gonna take out the digital code. Oh! And I see this has the feature film, and this is, I think this is the standoff between Rey and Kylo Ren shortly before the whole Chewie debacle happens. And then there's a bonus disc with J.J. Abrams and Chewbacca. Okay then. So yeah, let's move back to the TV, and let's look at all 5 of the Disney Star Wars films. And let's see what the menus have to offer. Alright, here's the disc menu for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. This is what I meant by, like, having menus that were, that kind of fit the environments of the other films. I'm not sure if there's more on here, because I know with the 2004 special editions of the original trilogy, there actually were more. I'm not going to keep, checking this to see if there are. But yeah, like it's the destroyed Death. I almost said Death Star. Oh, I almost got my fan card revoked. But it's the destroyed Star Destroyer right there. Yeah, I quite like this. I don't know the music that's playing in the background. I assume it's Rey's theme. I don't know. But yeah, so we got play, scene selection, and then for setup, we have languages, English 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 2.0 Descriptive Audio, French 5.1 Dolby Digital, and Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital. I guess that's it. Nope, yeah. There we go. And then for subtitles, we have none, English for the hearing impaired, French, and Spanish. Wow, this movie doesn't even have a commentary track. But I wanted to hear J.J. Abrams trying to explain all of the weird decisions he made in this movie. I kid. Anyways, yeah, let's go to the next disc, which is Rogue One. Alright, so this is the disc menu for Rogue One. Best character, by the way, don't at me. In this movie, not in the entire franchise. Yeah. I don't know the music that's playing in the background. I assume it's just the main theme of the movie. Yeah. Honestly, this is also a boring disc menu. Because I hate these kinds of ones, too, where they focus in on specific things and then just... I don't know. I'm very particular when it comes to my disc menus. It's like, if you're going to put effort into it, or at least attempt to put effort into it, why do this? But, yeah. Anyways, we got play, and then scene selection, and for setup, we have English 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 2.0 Descriptive Audio, French 5.1 Dolby Digital, and Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital. And then for languages, or not language, subtitles, English for the hearing impaired, French, Spanish, and that's it. Okay then. Again, no commentary track, and no behind the scenes stuff. What if I really wanted to hear Gareth Edwards just try his best not to describe the absolute horrors making this movie was? Again, I kid, mostly. But, yeah. So let's move on to the next disc, which is The Last Jedi. Alright, this is the disc menu for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. The icons kind of flew in to the back there, but it's just a simple picture. Why are you showing movie clips? Just these menus are so all over the place it hurts. Anyways, yeah, we got play, scene selection, which is your chapter select, setup. For languages, we have English 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 2.0 Descriptive Audio, French 5.1 Dolby Digital, Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital, and that's it. For subtitles, we have none, English for the hearing impaired, French, and Spanish. Yeah. All right. So, that was the disc menu for episode 8. Let's move on to the next disc menu for Solo. Alright, this is the disc menu for Solo. Again, the characters just kind of awkwardly flew in, and again with the goddamn movie clips. What? Yeah. The music that's playing in the background, I think it's just the main theme for the movie. I'm actually not sure, because at the beginning it sounds like the Han and Leia love theme. So it's like, what? But, yeah, so play, scene selection, setup. For setup, we got languages, and for the languages, I can't talk. I've done so many of these. English 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 2.0 Descriptive Audio, French 5.1 Dolby Digital, and Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital. And for subtitles, we have none, English for the hearing impaired, French, and Spanish. That's it. Okay. So yeah, let's move on to the final disc menu for The Rise of Skywalker. All right, disc menu for our final movie, which is The Rise of Skywalker. And again, there's all the floating icons or floating heads, and still this movie's so bad, even the disc menu sucks. I mean, granted, the disc menus for the last few were like that, but I'm blaming this movie on it, because I can. Yeah, anyways, play, scene selection, setup. For languages, we have English 7.1 DTS HD Master Audio, English 2.0 Descriptive Audio, French 5.1 Dolby Digital, and Spanish 5.1 Dolby Digital. For subtitles, we have none, English for the hearing impaired, French, and Spanish. Alright. That was the disc menu for the final movie. Oh my gosh, I've recorded so many of these. Okay, so, false alarm. I'm also looking at the bonus disc that came with this movie. It's literally the same menu, oh my god. Yeah, so for bonus features, we have the Skywalker Legacy, Persona Pursuit, Creating the Speeder Chase, Aliens in the Desert, D.O. Key to the Past, Warwick and Son, Cast of Creatures, and Info. Yeah, it just took you to something. I don't even think it's that important, but yeah. And then for subtitles, we have none, English for the hearing impaired, French, Spanish. I don't know. I think that's Korean, Portuguese, and I don't know. Yeah. So, that's it. That's all of the disc menus for all 11 live-action Star Wars films. Let's head back to the table. Alright. That was my unboxing of all 11 live-action Star Wars films. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.